From showcasing all his defensive abilities with a single rejection, to knowing exactly where his shot would land in a late clock situation, Victor Wembanyama might not be an NBA player, but people are already drooling after some of his craziest plays. For instance, this rejection against Bergen-Bress is seriously special. It's a rejection that many players of that frame are used to coming up with. But on a second replay, you can truly see just how special it is from the young superstar. Playing against Bergen-Bress in the Pro A League in France, Wembanyama is tasked with something that he doesn't like to do: defend. Now, not liking something isn't the same as not being able to do it, because he can certainly do it. James Palmer received the ball in the corner, and he was being guarded by the 7'4" beast. And the first impressive thing that happened during the play was the fact that Palmer did not take a shot from beyond the arc. He has plenty of time to take it, but he decides not to because of the insane size of the defender. And Palmer knows that Wemby will definitely get a hand to his shot. So instead, he decides to take him on with plenty of time left on the shot clock. The thing is, Palmer's insanely quick. And like most other quick players, you'd back yourself against someone as tall and lanky as the Frenchman. What he doesn't account for is that he'll have to take 7 long strides to complete the layup, and Wembanyama only needs 3 to get to that point. He's never winning the race, no matter how quick he is. Either way, he gets in there, gets a nice little jump, and the shot is destined for the net. But the disdain with which the 19-year-old just squats away the ball, without even jumping, is truly special, only to make it better by completing the full 4-point swing at the other end. If you're a scout watching this play, you'd probably just wrap up your notes and instead just watch him ball. Because now, the decision isn't about how he's good enough to play for your team. That he certainly is. It's about whether you can actually get him or not, because everyone wants him. So you might as well enjoy the time he was still considered a talent playing for a neutral side. Honestly, that rejection was cold as hell. And then to hang on to the ball like a giant playing ball with kids? Wembanyama was on his bike towards the other end, finding the perfect pass, which leads to just the most beautiful Euro step by Wemby's teammate, to get their team a 4-point advantage. But effectively, in a total of 7 or 8 seconds, the Bergen-Bress went from having the opportunity to tie the game, which got rejected by the beast, and found themselves 4 down, all in a swift motion from Wembanyama. That said, don't think for one moment that he couldn't have gotten to the post himself on that occasion. Because in the same game, in the third, Wemby hits an insane runner. This is genuinely crazy. No wonder they can't compare him to any player in the NBA, because he really isn't like anything you've ever seen before. Those moves remind you of Kyrie's runner when he decides to get a bucket himself in a crowded paint. Because he's just as graceful, but obviously doesn't possess the same handles as the Mavs guard. But he doesn't need those handles to get a shot away, because his reach can be compared to Kevin Durant. That's what he does gracefully, galloping into the paint, double-teamed by 2 defenders. Although the way he breezed up for the layup, you'd think that those fellas weren't there. Not that they managed to stop him, because it had just enough to kiss the rim and fall. Again, it's not like he doesn't have those moves. He's got just about everything in his arsenal, as you can see with this Euro step that helps him beat the buzzer. Okay, I feel I'm already running out of superlatives to describe this teenager. Although for this particular play, Wemby's teammate Hugo Besson deserves a shout-out too. Most of the world believes that the NBA is the best basketball in the league. I agree. But there's something so soothing and fun to watch about European basketball. Besson showcases just that as he's getting double-teamed by 2 defenders, and he decides to find Wembanyama with a no-look and his back to the 7'4" beast. Keeping in line with the theme of the video, you can guess that he does find him. But what happens next is truly outrageous. I'm sure y'all have seen Kevin Durant bringing out those quick little sidesteps in the paint to create a bit of space, right? This is something like that, but so much more effective and graceful. It's a Euro step from Victor, but it's done to such precision that he just squats the ball against the glass and finds the net on the deflection. Honestly, he's as effective as we used to be on those smaller bedside hoops. But it clearly wasn't enough, lighting the French league on fire. So Wembanyama came to the US to play against the G League Ignite, and this double play late in the second quarter was truly crazy. Now, Victor was playing a lot deeper than he's probably used to playing in the Pro A League, but that does not mean he can't effectively run the game from there. After coming up with yet another block where he just slaps the ball away, Wembanyama can't hold on to the ball as Scoot Henderson tries to keep it in. Don't forget that in this matchup, Vic's playing against the very best talent of the upcoming draft. Henderson's recovery falls to the Metropolitans, which leads to an immediate transition. And Hugo Gasson, being the perfect teammate, throws it up, only for the commentator to go, "Oh no." Yep, the world knew what was coming next. A furious dunk from Wembanyama, who just jogged into the air before delivering what looked like a casual effort from the beast. But it had an insane impact as it got thrown down with power. Is there anything he can't do? And just to get the better of America's best talent in the upcoming draft, Wembanyama also produced a rejection against Henderson. An outrageous rejection, by the way. Almost unfair. Once again, Henderson fancied his chances of rushing to the rim for a layup against the Metropolitans. It was the right thing to do, because that's a play most guards love to run. Not sure if it's the best of ideas against someone as good as Wembanyama. That's cause as soon as Henderson flies into the air for the post-up, Wemby matches his strides, getting a clean slap to the ball, throwing it away and landing on his feet after the perfect block. But the craziest play from the youngster has to be a very recent occurrence, which came in the Pro A-League and literally broke the internet. You probably live under a rock if you haven't seen this play, because it was everywhere. And a Western Conference executive was immediately hit with the realization that his NBA side should not have won so many games, because he knew everyone would regret not tanking for this beast. If you don't know why he said that, I invite you to watch the play. In a late clock situation, Wembanyama was trying to create a shot for himself at the perimeter. As textbook as it gets, Victor created some space with a step-back three, which was honestly perfectly done. But he left just a bit too less on the shot, something that Wembanyama immediately knew. So instead of giving up on the play, he immediately tracked the trajectory of where the ball should possibly rebound out to. Got there before anyone could even comprehend what was happening, grabbing the rebound and dunking it in with a one-hand slam dunk. The play was immediately compared to what former Illinois guard Roger Powell did back in 2005. But Powell laughed at the comparison, saying that Wembanyama's dunk was a lot more impressive. Another unnamed Western Conference executive called the play impossible and scary, further adding that only one play was enough to see how effortlessly Wembanyama plays the game and how easy it comes to him. He's not wrong. So, from putting back your own miss off a step-back three to a rejection in the Pro A-League, here were Victor Wembanyama's craziest plays so far,